So now in the morning session we discuss what is the simple loop and how simple loop is implemented in our PLSQL program. So now we are going to working with another loop. So here the next loop is while loop. The next loop is while loop. In the morning session we develop a program while using simple loop, right? Just we declare a variables and start the program and specify the loop and print the message or implement the logic, and finally we close the loop and end the program, right? So same scenario, now we are going to work on while loop. So what is the difference between this simple loop and while loop? So observe carefully. In simple loop, first we write the loop, later we are going to write the condition, means logic. So the morning class we are going to write the loop, after that we are going to apply the condition. Okay. In this session, in while loop, first we are going to specify the condition, then we are going to decide which condition we want to close it. So then we are going to start the loop. So that is the basic difference between simple loop and while loop. In simple loop, within the loop we are going to write the condition. In while loop, we are going to specify the condition first, after that we start the loop. After that we start the loop. So that is the difference between simple loop and while loop. So here, so now I want to develop this program and let us check it whether this program is working fine or not. So very simple program. So in this one, first I am going to declare one variable and assign one value and specify the condition. Here observe this one. After begin, in execution part, we are specify the condition. What is our condition? N greater than or equal to 10. Whenever the n value is reached to the 10, then automatically the respected condition. So here the loop is started. Up to 10, the loop is started and print the n value. So initially what is the n value? 1. Okay. Then this condition, this looping process is going to still executed whenever the respected condition value is going to reach. Automatically the loop is going to come out from the execution and print the message. Okay. Let us, we are going to execute this program and we will check it. Now I am giving the credentials. So here, first of all, I want to clear the screen and set the environment. Now we execute any one of the program for our understand. Okay. Yeah. So now I want to implement the or develop the simple while loop program. Let us, we choose the edit and here we declare the variable. Okay. So in this point of time, now I want to declare one variable. My variable is n, number of 4 or 2, whatever it may be, and assign a value is 1. Okay. Begin. So here in this while loop, we don't want to start the loop directly. First we specify the condition. So what is the condition and how we are going to check the condition? First I want to check the condition while n greater than equal to 10. While n greater than equal to 10, then next we are going to start the loop. Okay. So loop, then we print the message. DBMS output that put line. So here we specify the message and here we implement the, means increase the value of n equal to n plus 1, and now we close the n loop and end the program. Okay. Let us we execute this one. So now the PLSQL procedure successfully completed. Still it is not replaced, means it is not show the any result. What happened? What is the condition we specify? Okay, let us this way. Now here, observe this one. Now I am giving n less than or equal to 10. N less than or equal to 10. But whenever the n value is going to equal to the 10, then automatically. So first of all, so here this condition is going to keep in the hold. What is the hold means? While execution of this looping process, each and every time it is checking this condition. Each and every time it is checking this condition, right? So whenever this condition is going to true, okay, whenever this condition is going to true, automatically the program exit from the loop, right? So here what happened? First loop is started. So system always is started the execution from here. Declare and analyze the variables. Based on that, it is started the begin, and while n less than or equal to 10. So this is the actual condition. This is the actual condition. Whenever the program value means n is going to reach to the respected value 10, automatically the program is going to exit from the execution. The loop exit from the execution. Now the loop is started. Then, so what is the first value? Initially we assign the value is 1. Okay, that will be printed here. Next, n equal to n plus 1. What is the n value? 1. 1 plus 1. How much? 2. Then again 2 is going to printed. 3 is printed. And 4 is printed. Now here what happened? First system is going to keep this condition in one side and print the data based on this looping. Up to whenever the n value is going to reach to the 10, then 10 less than or equal to 10. The condition is satisfied and it is going to print the final value 10 and is going to exit from the execution. The loop is exit from the execution. Finally it is stop the looping process. All of you clear? So this is the way we are going to apply the condition. So what is the difference between simple loop and while loop? In simple loop, we are going to apply the condition within the loop, right? In while loop, we are going to specify the condition. First, we are going to specify the condition. Later, we are going to apply the looping process. So that is the difference between simple loop and while loop. Okay. But here, once we completed this while loop, then next we can go for loop, the last loop. For loop, very important loop, every time. So in our real life, we are always use this for loop only. So we never use this respected simple loop and while loop. So some cases only we are using that respected simple loop and while loop. But always we are going to approach the for loop. Okay. So now we are going to work on this respected for loop. So here observe carefully. It's a very simple program. For loop. So here we have a for, means observe the respected syntax. We are going to working with for loop. So in this for loop, observe this one. In simple loop and while loop, we don't have any variable. But in for loop, we have an option is called keep the value in variable. So what is that? Means here observe this one. For we have a one variable and we are going to specify in lower bound to outer bound. Then next we apply the loop and execute the statement, and finally we close the end loop. So here we have a one program. Observe this one. Declare. We have a one variable. The respected data type we assigned. Here I don't want to assign any value for this variable. Okay. Just to start the begin, and for this is the variable. In 1 to 10. In 1 to 10 means up to 1 to 10 values will be keep in where? The respected n variable. Right? So next we start the loop and will be print the data. So how many values it is printed? It is printed up to 10 values. it is printed up to 10 values. Why? Because we keep the values in up to 1 to 10. So let us now we are going to execute this way and we'll be get the clarity. So here that observe this one, we have a program declare. Okay, declare and specify the variable n is a number of 3. I don't want to assign any value for this variable. Next begin. So here for n in up to how many records, how many values you want to keep in this variable, 1 double dot 10. So double dot is indicate the up to how many values you want to print it, 1 to 10 it is going to. Okay, and the next start the printing means dbms loop dbms output dot put line. So here I want to print the value of n, and we don't want to specify the increment value because of the for loop is having the own increment up to 1 to 10, it is automatically pick the values from the variable, and finally we close the program. Let us check it how it is going to execute. Up to 1 to 10 it is printed automatically. So here what happened means, here we have a variable n, right? But here I didn't assign any value for this variable. Next we start the begin. Here we have a syntax is for variable is n. N in 1 to 10 means 1 to 10 values will be keep into n variable. Will be keep into n variable. So now how many values are there in n? 10 values, right? So but at a time it is not printed 10 values, means override, one by one it is going to print it. So initially it is started the value from 1, okay, and up to we have a means starting edge and ending edge. We clearly tell to the machine starting point and ending point. Whenever the value is going to reach to the ending point, automatically it is going to come out from the execution. Let us observe this one, the same program. 5 to 10. 5 to 10 means, so it is started from 5 and ending with 10. Then let us five to 10. Suppose say example, here I am going to specify 5 to 20. 5 to 20. What happened? Automatically the respected value is going to printed 5 to 20 only. 5 to 20 only. Then here in this case, in the respected manner, it is printed 5 to 20 value. Suppose say example, I have a one more query. What is my query means? Here I am going to specify 100 to 100 to 1110. So here now I am going to execute this one. Is it working or not? Successfully it is working. Again I am going to execute this way, but here I am going to specify 100 10. Is it working or not? So let us here execute this program and we'll be checking what happened. What happened? So here still it is going to print the all values. So here, but actual point of here in this respected manner 1000 to 1110 records, but here we are going to allow only 3. But how it is going to print it? Now I am going to remove this variable. Let us recheck it, and we are going to remove this variable. Once it is removed, begin and end. Clear on that? Have you understand or not? But here I don't have any variable, right? What is the use of this? We no need to define a variable for loop. We no need to define a variable for loop. So if you want to use that also, we can use it. System doesn't ask any variable you want to define into the declaration expression. Okay, so that is a optional one. So it is not considered that value, right? It is not considered that value. It is a variable. It is a syntax variable. It doesn't have any limit. Whatever it may be, you can give it. Suppose, say example, here observe this one. 1 to 10. Now let us be executive. So I'm talking about only for loop. Only for loop. For our understand purpose, I'm going to declare the one variable. But here, so lot of the people is going to thinking about that. What happen means declare and define the variable, right? Number of 3. Number of 3 or 3 or 2, whatever it means. But here lot of the people, this variable is going to specify in this for loop, but here it is not a right answer. So we no need to define that variable in the begin session. Okay, fine. Now we are going to execute this. So here what happen means, so many people are declare the variable, that variable will be utilized into the for loop. No need to require here. So here what exactly use of this variable? This variable is a syntax variable. Automatically it is going to accept any value. If in case, if you are going to thinking about that, this variable will be using in this variable, it is not accepted the more than 4 words value. More than 4 means more than 3 characters value, right? Suppose, say example, here we assign 3 characters, 3 size only, but here I am giving 4 character size. Then 0010, right? It is not accepted if in case that respected variable will be utilized into the for loop, right? So why? Because here we are going to assign 3 character space, but here we are assigning the 4 character space. 4 character space, that means 4 digits. That is the reason we never use that respected variable which is we are using to the for loop. That variable no need to specify into the declaration session. Clear? So that is the reason here I want to explain this way. So still it is print the data. Even though if you are not using that variable also, we print the data. We print the data. Here, have you get any difference? We don't get any difference between the respected current program and the earlier program. Both are same, right? So no need to maintain that variable which is we are using to the for loop. Clear? Yeah. So next we can go to work down another program. So reverse manner means, so here we have a reverse keyword. Reverse keyword means we want to print the data from 10 to 1, 10 to 1, 10, 9, 11, sorry, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That respected data I want to print in while going to execute the program. So here the same program I'm going to write reverse. Directly we can go to apply the reverse keyword. Let us check it. Clear? So this is the way we are going to use the for loop. So all of you clear on this for loop? It's a very simple and it's a very powerful. We regularly use this for loop in our interface process. That is the reason we are more concentrate on this respected for loop. Okay. So this is the way we are going to work on this respected while loop and simple loop and for loop. Right. So next. So here up to this one, then we are going to implement our respected for loop. So here what happen means, for loop is having always allow only one variable, does not allow the multiple variables. So that is the reason I want to clearly explain to you, we no need to declare any variable in declaration session. Directly we can use the variable in for loop. Okay. Yeah. Next we can go to work on a bind variable. Bind variable. So here, what is this bind variable and how we are going to use this bind variable? So what this respected variable and what is the use of this bind variables? So bind variables is nothing but we can call it as these variables we can call it as a session variables and also host variables So at runtime, if you want to utilize the variables in database, directly we can go to specify the variable. Directly we can specify the variable name and data type. Variable name and data type. Here, observe carefully in this respected program. Okay, we define one variable. Where we are define the variable? We declare the variable in host environment, means a session environment. But I didn't use any beginning logic in this variable. Just I am going to specify the variable as a v is a variable. It is a number data type in our host environment. Now I am using this variable in our program. Now I am using the variable in our program. Here, observe, declare, and I define one variable. I can assign one value for this variable. How much value? 500. Now I am going to write the logic begin. So here I am using the variable. What variable? Our variable. Whenever we are going to assign the assignment operator, okay, then system is going to recognize it is a one of the variable in host environment. Have you clear on this in report builder? In report builder, whenever we are going to write any programming in formula column, we are going to assign the assignment operator. Then only system is going to recognize, okay, this respected column is already there in our data model. In the same manner, here also, whenever we are going to assign that assignment operator to any variable, system is going to understand, okay, the respected variable is there in our host environment. So it is only temporary. It is not permanently stored as a variable in our database, only temporary. Once we close the session, automatically variable is going to freeze. Okay. Then now we are going to work on this variable. So here I want to define one variable v, it is a number data type. Sorry. Observe here what exactly we want to keep in our mind. Whenever we want to define the variable in host environment, we don't want to specify the size. We don't want to specify the size, whatever it may be. Either it is a number data type or varchar2 data type, whatever it may be. Just we are going to specify the data type. We don't want to specify the size. Okay, that a point will be keep in our mind. Okay. Now the respected variable is available in our session, right? Now I am going to implement a program. What is our program? That it is a simple program which is divided by one value. Okay. That. Now develop the program, declare it is a variable, it is a number. So here I am going to assign the value. How much? 500. Now begin. Now I want to divide this variable value by 2. So where we want to keep that value? I want to keep that value in our session variable. So how system is going to, so here say example, now I am going to directly assign this way. So let us first we check it. So a by 2. So what is the a value here? 500. 500 by 2. How much? 250. 250 where it will be located? In v. Right? In v variable. Let us one second. I will explain one simple example, then we'll be going to easily understand. Suppose example, I don't have any variables, so just I am going to, a is a number of 5, assign the 500, and b is a number. And this way you can get the clarity. Okay, b is a number. I don't want to assign any value, just begin. So here now I am going to b assignment a by 2. So whenever we divided by the a by 2 means 500 by 2, then it will get the 250. That 250 will be keep in where? B variable. because of b variable is there in our declaration session, right? Then next we print the value dbms output dot put line. So what exactly we write it? B, and end the program. Let us we execute it. It is a simple program which is having all variables and all logic. We successfully get the final output 250, right? Now I don't want to use this variable, but I want to use the session variable. What is the session variable here? This is the session variable v, right? Suppose here I don't want to use this one. I don't want to use the session variable also, but still I am using this variable. Still I am using this variable. Let us check it whether the program is executed or not. We are getting error. What is that? Line 4. Then what is error? B must be declared. B does not recognize it in the program, means the SQL engine does not understand what is this B. A is clearly understand because of A is a variable in our respected program, but B does not understand what is this B. System does not understand. So for that purpose, now I am going to define here, observe this one, variable B at runtime defined as a variable. It is a session variable. Now I am going to do the changes. Still I want to execute the same program. I am going to define as a session variable, and also I am going to execute the same program. Still we are getting the same error, but B already is a variable. But here system does not consider it is not a session variable or it is not a variable. System is getting the confusion. What is this B? What is this B? So now we are going to assignment operator. Use the assignment operator. Now system is going to understand, okay, it is one of the session variable which is already declared as a variable in session. So now system is going to execute the program. We want to execute the program, and so still what happened? Here system does not understand what is this B. What is this B? So here also let us, I am going to assign this value. Now we successfully get the value. So whenever we are using session variables, we must use the assignment operator. Then only it is recognized as a variable. So here, just you can remember, whenever we worked on D2K in reports, if you want to develop any logic in formula column, we must specify the colon for every value which are available in data model. The same logic will be implemented here. Suppose I don't want to use this DBMS, I want to print the value which is the value is there in our B. Okay, here also we directly use the keyword print B. For print B, directly it is get the data. Okay, because of we no need to specify the any assignment operator because of B is a session variable. Okay, so this is the way we are using the bind variables. So bind variables means at runtime if you want to execute any program while using session variables or host variables or any respected bind variables, we can use these bind variables. Clear? So this is the way we are going to work on this respected for loop and while loop and bind variable. Okay. So the next session